Hello, everyone, and welcome to Falcon Falls News Network. I am Deputy Director Lawful Adam, and we are joined with our political analyst, ReaperRevenant, and Mayor of Hillsborough. We are also joined with the Lieutenant Governor and Lieutenant Governor pick on the ticket for the Sergeant Maple Bacon campaign. We're glad to have you here today.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we are having to retake this, but not going to be an issue. We will do this, as normally. So the first question that we want to ask, obviously, you are one of the most controversial figures in this election cycle. Obviously, the person you're running with dropped two of his previous lieutenant governor picks, Garrett Creaser and Epics. So what are your thoughts on you being the third pick?
W- Well, my thoughts on being the third pick of the governor is just give me 1 minute, I'll be right with it. It's a bit controversial because it is the third pick, but I believe my thoughts were that I we were born to win this, and we will work good together.
Yeah, of course, and so also, as another question that we all have for you, and what we've been talking about a lot is that you haven't been in the community that long, and after almost 4 or 5 hours after joining the community, you started a campaign. Bid for governor as well with Uprising American. What caused you to want to suspend your campaign?
Well, what caused me to suspend my campaign, I was in the Senate and I nominated my Sergeant Maple Bacon to President Pro Tempore, um, and we ended up working really good together. And I suspended my campaign because I believe um, I wanted to stay in the Senate, and I had believed the thought was that I would be more successful running under Maple's ticket. So I suspended my campaign and joined forces with Maple. And Uprising understood that completely. And it was all done in sort of a business matter. And there was no bad blood in there.
And what are your thoughts on your old running mate, Uprising American, being just confirmed to the Supreme Court of Falcon Falls?
My thoughts is that I believe Uprising is a very good individual. I believe he's very intelligent when it comes to courts and legal stuff. I believe he's a great addition. I believe he will continue to help the courts become you know, become what it needs to be, and it needs to be a stable branch, one that's filled with knowledgeable and competent judges. And I believe Uprising is just the start of that.
And another question about the Supreme Court: do you think a Supreme Court could run with only one justice? Or do you believe it needs at least two or three?
It needs at least two or three. There's no way in the Supreme Court, unless it wants to fail, um, just well, unless if it wants to fail, just like Danny's career here being corrupt, then yeah, we need to have more
And then,
judges.
and then obviously, something that we here at a FFNN, who we are completely 100% unbiased, as you know, um, but we have seen, and obviously you do have your Trello board where you post transcripts of Senate sessions and stuff. But we have seen you banning people from the Senate Discord, which is almost actively censoring an individual being able to view a Senate session, which is
Uh,
actually a right for the citizen to be able to view a session as it happens, rather than viewing a transcript later. So, what do you have to say about that?
w- well, in the law, it does not say anything about them having to view it in real time. It just says I have to keep a record of it, which I do. People who want to be an asshole, who don't want to be ethical, will be removed from my Senate Discord, and that's that. I'm not violating constitutions or constitution rights. It's not anybody's right to be in the Senate Discord, um, per the Constitution, but it is their right to receive information about a session, which I am providing. So
And so, do you have some sort of use of force model that you use in your brain that helps you decide who's a threat to being in the Senate Discord?
anyone who causes trouble and anyone who wants to be, not so nice, is a threat. not a threat, but it's someone that will be removed from the Discord. However, I will state before I get in hot water over this, I will state that I actively do not ban people anymore. I just let it go.
What about FFBI Director Landon Canuck?
If that's the exception, he continues to be an asshole every day. So he was removed from my Discord, where I should be able to work without having people uh, make comments about how I do things.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And so, obviously, earlier, you had some issues with our amazing founder, probably one of the best founders of any group that any roast state has
Okay,
seen.
and you said you were not
Um,
biased.
but anyways, so you had some issues with him about creating an election commission, and do you think an election commission would be important to have rather than elections being done the way they are being done now?
I don't have an issue with the founder. I do take an issue with the fact that he's just not letting the Senate create a committee for the elections. That's the only real problem I have with him. Other than that, I don't have a problem with him. But I do believe there needs to be an election or a committee, election committee.
Obviously that was part of my lead up to the question, but what my actual question was, do you believe that, and what would election committee do to help with the elections?
It would prevent corruption. It would prevent individuals like someone that's currently running in the campaign, going to other row nations, having those individuals become citizens for like a second to vote and then dip. It would prevent that. It would bring more security to our elections, whether it be governor, county elections, mayor elections, Senate elections, and all of that stuff. It would just bring better security, and just bring better security and make it less susceptible to corruptions.
Yeah, of course. So another question that we have for you, obviously, tomorrow night, or tonight, depending on when this gets posted, is of course the lieutenant governor debate. And how have you been preparing for that?
Well, I've been researching all my candidates that I'm going to debate, and it might turn into a Donald Trump Joe Biden showdown, but we will see.
Yes, yes. Okay. So another question, and we also asked your the governor ticket, Sergeant Maple Bacon, uh, about this. Do you think foreign policy has a place in a rose state?
I do, but I will not comment further on that.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that is obviously that is your right to not answer that. So another question, or rather not a question, but what do you have to say to the other lieutenant governor picks who are also in this election? You will be talking to them on the debate stage tomorrow.
You know how to run a Senate?
So that's what you have to say to them. You are asking them simply, do they know how to run a senate? You don't have any
Um,
kind words to say for the candidates.
I do, but we'll save that for tomorrow. I don't want to give anything away.
Okay, okay. Obviously, you want to surprise the candidates with some sort of
Surprise!
unrealistic claim. Anyway, so political analyst ReaperRevenant, do you have any questions you want to ask the lieutenant governor?
I do, and I want to thank you for letting me back on the show. So for lieutenant candidate and lieutenant governor, I have a few questions. So you mentioned it's going to be and I quote, a Donald Trump and Biden showdown, end quote. What do you mean by that?
I mean, I will be the calm one, aka Joe Biden, and the other ones will probably be Donald Trump.
So are you saying that they're going to be radical or somewhat unprofessional?
I do, with the exception of the lieutenant governor picks that is under orange. Yes.
Hmm. Okay.
So you're saying that all the other of the picks are not going to be as good as you. No one's going to be as good as you, and you're
That is not what I said, sir.
so
But
Deputy
wait.
Director, I think you misconstrued his words. I think he said only the other lieutenant governor nominee, which is actually what who is that? Comlin or whatever the current.
Cameron Mengetti and Awesome H Underwood.
Let me clarify a few things since it appears my words once again got twisted. I love Cameron. He's a great governor. I love working with him. I love his lieutenant governor pick, or I love his governor pick. I think he would make a great lieutenant governor. I know for a fact there's better candidates for lieutenant governor that are currently in this race. What I was saying is that I believe this debate will turn rather unprofessional quickly, and that's what I was trying to refer to.
And why do you say that you think it will turn unprofessional and you will ultimately prevail as some sort of uh, I don't really know. Is the winner obviously? Obviously, you want to win a debate. Obviously, might not always be a winner. Um, but what do you think would cause such erratic behavior from the other candidates?
Maybe for myself, I'm not gonna lie, maybe for myself that makes us go unprofessional, and maybe from other candidates, we just don't know. It's unknown. It's a lieutenant governor debate. We all want to win, so of course that's gonna get a little feisty.
Okay, okay. You have
That's
anything to add on
understandable.
that, Reaper?
Yeah. So, do you think it will be partially because of the public section of questioning that will
I
happen
do.
at the lieutenant governor?
I do.
So,
Yes.
why do you think that? Explain further.
I think that because the public, most of them think that I should not be lieutenant governor because I've been in this state for um, not enough time, which I
But you
understand.
could also say that
Um,
about Awesome. Awesome. She has only been in the state for how long? I think she just joined today, so that's been.
well, that's the thing with Orange's campaign. I won't shit on his campaign and this news thing, but a lot of people can say that about Awesome. But the problem is here is he's not a sitting lieutenant governor, whereas I am,
Hmm.
Okay, okay, yeah,
and
very.
it would be he sorry, but he would be when he takes office, he would be or he would be a resident for over a month. So
Okay,
Okay,
and
so another question. Oh, go ahead.
no, no, no. Continue, continue.
Another question is, what is on your agenda? I think most of us want to know what is on your agenda for non-legislative, just as a lieutenant governor for a full term. What is on your agenda for however long you serve the term if you are elected?
assist in the foreign affairs, assist in the governor and the chief of staff, whatever he needs with the cabinet and all that stuff, and be act as a liaison between the citizens and the governor's office, and overall just improve the community. And we will do this one. We will do this united, good, and together.
When you mentioned the cabinet, what are your top picks for the cabinet opening spots, or just cabinet in general? What are your picks for changes or whatever you want to call
And that's something myself and the governor candidate, Sergeant Maple Bacon, have discussed. We recently did announce two picks for our cabinet in our campaign Discord. Um, one of them being you for Secretary of Health, I want to say
it?
something, State, sorry, Secretary of State. Um, but I do believe we will be keeping the current administration cabinet, with the exception of three spots.
Okay,
What
and
would
then
you
oh,
Yeah. What would you like to change in this current cabinet and like just in departments in general? What would you and the governor like to change or tweak or fix
Uh,
within the group currently?
Something. I will keep that to myself. I don't want to start drama with this. But I will hint and say something. I am disappointed and I was mad when the Senate failed to pass an amendment that would make the Attorney General a non-elected position, and I'll leave it at that.
oh,
Okay.
okay, and so I also have another question about the Senate. Obviously, expungements are a big deal for a lot of people, and a lot of people have seeked expungement from the district court. A lot of people have in essence received one. However, in the Constitution, it was failed to be defined, and nothing in the Senate has been done. to define expungements. So, will you plan on getting expungements defined so people who have been expunged or want to get expunged are able to be expunged?
Well, today the Senate held three emergency sessions to pass crucial amendments to our Constitution. That is something that is on our agenda, and we'll get to it when the Senate returns from recess next week.
All right, all right. Well, that is going to do it for me. Do you have any other questions,
I
Reaper?
do. So what are some general statements that you would like to address or publicly or just basically denounce or endorse something, if you would, just however you want to do it? Any statements that you want to address?
Sure. Well, the thing is, I don't want people to be pressured into vote. I believe you should vote who you want to vote for, whether it be me, whether it be a different campaign. You should vote who you want to vote for. I will say um, our policies are definitely unique. Our plans are definitely unique. And I do believe that our campaign does, promise a better future for the state. Um, and to put a rest to all the people that still want to say something about me being in the state for 2 days. Um, to be honest, I've done more than, in terms of with the Senate, I've done more than a lieutenant governor has in like a month. So, and I've only been here for almost a week, 4 days. So it doesn't matter the amount of time someone has been in a certain position. It only matters the level of competency, the level of respect you take the office with, and the level of integrity.
Hmm. I would like to thank you for just giving us honest answers and having the most transparent you can be. So, I think that's it for me.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Lieutenant Governor, for joining us today. And yeah, so good luck in the debate tomorrow. And yeah, that's all. So thank you for tuning in to Falcon Falls News Network, the number one name in news, 100% unbiased and completely trustworthy. Have a good night.